Yasu Malangedo. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
People ask me why I did this roast. Was it because one of the last guys who did it became president? Hell no. Why would I want to be president when I can just keep being Bruce Willis? I did this roast for one reason and for one reason only. To settle something once and for all. Now please listen very carefully. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Bullshit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I happen to agree with Matrix, aka Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando, which, by the way, is not a Christmas movie.
Randy, Jermaine, Tito.
Nope, not even close. Sorry, you know what? Maybe this will put us all in the mood for
Good
this thing, right?
Lenine, I got the answer. I got the answer. Yes, I got the answer. Open up. Open up.
Yeah, I've got a madman in my studio, and
Help me! You can't just ask the dancer Bronze Vixen comic cue it down, please. You see, I couldn't get through on the phone. Did they win? I don't know. No, it's not that simple.
That is a scene from Jingle All the Way, which is a Christmas movie. I do consider that a Christmas movie. A lot of people barely consider it a movie, but it's got Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's got Sinbad, Rita Wilson, Phil Hartman, rest in peace, and the kid who ruined Star Wars. But we're not here to talk about that today, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And a lot of people still have this debate every single year at Christmas. But despite what you think and other Malakas might think out there, I consider it to be a Christmas movie. And it's a classic Christmas movie. It's better than a lot of Christmas movies that have been released over the years. Okay, this ain't your simple Hallmark fucking bullshit movie that no one's ever heard of. It is a absolute classic Christmas movie. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to prove that to you today. So, as always, let's go to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Why? Because after Christmas, January, February, we're all just trying to pay off our credit cards and just save a couple bucks after, stay at home and drink and just chill. And it's too cold to fucking do anything else. So let's begin. Die Hard is a 1988 American action film directed by John McTiernan and written by Jeb Stewart and Stephen E. D'Souza, based on the 1979 novel Nothing Lasts Forever by Roderick Thorpe. It stars Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, Alexander Godunov, I said that right, and Bonnie Ben Delia, with Reginald Vell Johnson, William Atherton, Paul Gleason, and Hart Brochner in supporting roles. Die Hard follows New York City police detective John McClane, who is caught up in a terrorist takeover of a Los Angeles skyscraper while visiting his estranged wife. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just reading that, okay, maybe it doesn't sound like that much of a Christmas movie, but let's dig a little deeper, okay? First off, let's just start with the movie poster, okay? Now, the original movie poster shows Bruce Willis, he's a little shocked, he's a little banged up here. Then it shows the building. Okay. Now, a lot of people have already made references to this. Today's day and age, they say it kind of like reminds them of 9/11 and all that. That's some, that's not exactly what you call, Christmas wishful thinking. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. 9/11 was a horrible tragedy. Okay. So, and there's only one building. Okay. So, and then here's the way I see it. Okay. You got one tall, stem building, okay? On top, you got the explosions showing there, all lit up. What does it remind you of? Ah, that's right. I think you guys are a little ahead of me. A Christmas tree, okay? Maybe it's not green, but on top it's lit up. You got kind of the star there. Okay, maybe the star is exploding, whatever. But that's what I see. So right there, it already gives you the image of a Christmas tree. Plus, the movie poster itself, it's white and red. What colors do you associate with Christmas? Blue? I don't think so. Although technically blue is considered a Christmas color. I never understood that either, but I don't know. I guess blue's got to go somewhere, It's not going to go with Easter. But yeah, red and white. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Right there already. It already gives the actual feeling of a Christmas movie. Now, although this movie was actually released in the summer of 1998, July 12th, okay, it made a shit ton of money. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Okay, 25 to 35 million. Box office, 139.8 to 141.5 million dollars. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so it was released in the summer. No one's thinking of Christmas in the summer. It's true. I mean, back then in the 80s, people were more, I don't know, wholesome, before, they put all their shit out on the internet, made podcasts about nothing. What's up? It was, like people were watching, Family Ties. Na 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 na. And just, it was just very more, so the release of violent movie like this, even a lot of critics, were kind of mixed in about it. They said it was a good action movie, but it's violent, blah, 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 blah. Imagine that an action movie being violent. Who the fuck would have thought that? But at the same time, it was very taboo. Nowadays, you have all these horror movies coming out at Christmas. No one ever, hears about them, but, they're secretly released, and, movies like Bad Santa, can get made, and, but again, it was a different time. But at the same time, it was based on Christmas Eve. And that's the argument that a lot of people have. And that's a solid argument. It was based on Christmas Eve. How can it not be a Christmas movie? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just go to this website called ScreenRant.com. And they say, Die Hard, 5 reasons it's not a Christmas movie and 5 reasons it is. And look at that. They got the cute little picture of Bruce Willis there going through the vents, which, by the way, this theory has been proven that these things are never that big. But again, it's just a movie. Who gives a shit? They put a little Christmas hat on them. That's cute. Anyways, so the first argument is it takes place during Christmas Eve. And that's what I said before, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what a lot of people say. Okay, so right then and there, it proves it's a Christmas movie. So how can it not be a Christmas movie if it's based on Christmas Eve? There you go. And then they say it isn't because it's too violent. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you a little story, okay? Now, I'm not saying, my Christmas Eve was as crazy violent as, Die Hard here, but I once went to my uncle's Christmas Eve solo, okay? Which was a huge fucking mistake. I think my parents went away. They did the right decision there, and it was just a fucking disaster. I'm not going to lie. Great food, by the way. Great food. Although it was funny because at one point, my uncle, he did say, it takes 12 hours to make this food, 12 minutes to eat it, All of a sudden he turns into Rodney Dangerfield. But anyways, and of course we're just drinking away there. I'm just chilling with my cousin. He's, saying a lot of random shit. Most of the times I have no idea what he's saying, but he's a good guy. He kind of looks like the Italian version of Captain Morgan. I don't know. But anyways, I think he drinks more than him. But the point is, there's this one guy that came there, and he was just, I don't know if he's a friend of the family or he's got this, I don't know, like kind of weird attitude, like he had a really hot wife though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, again, it's one of those situations where you look at him and you're like, how the fuck did he get her? You know what I mean? And she's a masseuse and everything. It's a whole thing. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, this guy shows up in like this weird like giraffe vest. So me being the comedian mentality prick asshole that I am, I just I'm really trying hard not to say anything. I'm like, I don't know this dude, whatever. And then at one point, like we're playing Italian cards. And for those of you who, I've already, that are Italian out there listening, how violent these games can get, okay? Like the verbal back and forth, throwing shit, people getting hit with quarters in the head, it can get real. I'm not gonna lie. And I never understood the rules. I grew up with more Greek games, of course, like Ixeri and Colisina. Very good games, by the way. And I got to a point where this guy he got very almost like sad and frustrated. I'm like, dude, I don't get this shit. What the fuck is going on? And he's and again, going back to these kind of like 80s times, people were more wholesome and all that. This guy, I mean, it was just we just didn't gel very well. And at one point he just walked away. Oh, that's it. I can't take this. I walk away from the table, and at this point I'm like, okay, this is like just, like I felt like the sweater at this point in Bruce Willis or in Die Hard here. Like now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. I'm just going to fucking let it go. And I started making fun of this guy's giraffe sweater. And then I found out he wears it every Christmas because his mom passed and it was a whole fucking thing there. And that, like, I don't know. Like I'll be honest with you. Like I don't know a lot of things about mothers, but if I was a mother and if I had a kid wearing a giraffe vest, like I would kick his own ass. I'm just saying. So whatever. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, it can get pretty violent as well. So I kind of understand this whole thing, and I ended up just fucking leaving. I didn't even tell anybody I was going to go, and it was a whole thing. But the point is, it can get violent too, and Christmas sometimes needs a little violence. It just does. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Just see it on screen, when you're chilling at home and, hopefully you wake up the next day and it's a nice little white Christmas. And that's it. And that's my story. Christmas songs are a part of the soundtrack? Absolutely. There are 4 songs that are Christmas songs credited on the Die Hard soundtrack. When you get a soundtrack, if it's got Christmas songs on it, how can it not be a Christmas movie? There you go. Lacks traditional Christmas motifs. Bullshit. Let me just run down this little list I gathered, okay? I haven't written anything down since high school. Here we go. So we have a total of 7 songs that are sang in Die Hard. 12 if you include Ode to Joy, okay, which I do. It's a nice little Christmas song. 14, Christmas words are said, which means 14 times Christmas, the word Christmas is mentioned. Not happy holidays, actual Christmas, okay? Back in 1988, or 85, whenever the fuck this movie was made. I don't know. I can't keep track. It was okay to say Merry Christmas to somebody. Now, I don't know. I think you get thrown in jail, or I don't know. You can't display it at the Tim Hortons window anymore. Tim Hortons is a coffee place. It's like our version of Dunkin', except I don't know. I think we have better coffee. I don't know. I think McDonald's stole the recipe or something from Tim Hortons. It's a whole thing there. But anyways, 4 Christmas references. Okay, so they're making references to actually, celebrating Christmas. 15 decorations. So back in the background, you will see, like, there's even one part where you see like a statue of Santa Claus. So yeah, you see it right there, okay? And this is one of the most important ones. 19 Christmas trees. That's right, count them up. You're gonna see 19 Christmas trees in the movie Die Hard. So how can they say its motifs is not fucking there? It's right there, man. It's right there. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Has a warm ending. Of course. Does a Christmas movie need a warm ending? Of course it does. Even Bad Santa had a warm ending. Sure, he got shot at the end, but everything worked out. Who cares? You know, the bully got kicked in the crotch. Fuck it. That's it. If that's not a happy ending, I don't know what is. So, sounds good to me. Is it? Santa doesn't make an appearance. Bullshit. I just said, you look on the fucking table there with the owner and Holly, okay? By the way, Holly. Her name is Holly. Christmas movie. Holly. Have a holly jolly Christmas. On top of that, she's wearing a red shirt. Okay, it's kind of like pinkish, whatever. Even still. Okay, that's pretty fucking close. Is McClane performs Christmas miracles? You're fucking right he does. Okay? Yeah. Shit. You know what? The whole point of this movie is that he's doing whatever he can to get back to his wife. And he saves, you know, basically the world. And, you know, he's, yeah. I'm not saying he's Jesus, but it's pretty close. The holiday isn't central to the movie. Bullshit. It's all over the fucking place. Okay? It's all over the place. Okay? And let's talk about the writer. Okay? Stephen E. D'Souza. Okay? He even said, it is a Christmas movie, and it's more of a Christmas movie than White Christmas. He even makes the great point that, again, as I said many, many times, and other people have said, Die Hard takes place at Christmas Eve. You watch White Christmas, which I never have, and I probably never will. The first scene and the last scene of that movie, apparently, is revolved around Christmas Eve. Other than that, that's it. I don't know what happens in between. I don't care. But Die Hard takes place at Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve. Whatever. The point is, there are 23 on-screen kills in Die Hard. Who wears the number 23, ladies and gentlemen? Michael Jordan. What team did Michael Jordan play for? The Chicago Bulls. What colors, main colors, are on the Chicago Bulls jersey? White and red. Coincidence? I think not. But ladies and gentlemen, I think I've proven my point already, but let me just end this by watching the movie with you. Now, I'm not going to dissect every little fucking thing. Maybe I will. I don't know. Let's see how this shit goes. But I'm just going to quickly scan through Die Hard because I don't want to, like everybody else in this country, or at least 2.4 million people over the holidays will watch the movie Die Hard. And 1.3 people will watch it on Christmas Eve. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be part of those 1.3. And God only knows how many million people watch the second one. I'm going to do that too. You know why? Because it kicks ass. And two, it's got the best sequel title of all time. Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Yes, that is the actual sequel title. But let's get into this beautiful work of art. Now, as we all know, Bruce Willis plays our hero here, aka John McClane. Few people else considered, for the role. Obviously, he did the show there with Sybil Shepherd, and then he got this one. Or was he still doing the show? Or I don't know, something like that. And of course, you go to the usual suspects: Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Richard Gere, Burt Reynolds. All these people were considered, for the role before Bruce Willis. But Bruce was able to get it, and God bless him. This guy is red-blooded American. Again, red refers to Christmas. Thank you. As it gets, okay? These days, he's retired from acting, because of his condition, whatever. But listen, Bruce, we love you, man. Hope you feel better. You're awesome. You're awesome. You gave us Die Hard, man. You gave us Die Hard. I mean, what more do you want in life? You're fucking awesome. You married Demi Moore. You got some good kids. It's a hell of a life, man. You're fucking awesome. He's Bruce fucking Willis, and that's it. So, and he played this role awesomely. Is that a word? I don't know. It should be. Now, the movie starts off with him on the plane. Okay, he's gonna visit again his wife named Holly. Okay, I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. Her name is Holly. Like, that can't be a coincidence. It can't be. It can't be. Okay. Later on, they get a divorce. Movies later, whatever. But Scottish, Italian. It's probably not going to work anyway. I mean, we all know that. But the point is, for now, he's doing the right thing. He's going there, to visit her, and let's see if we can somehow fix this marriage. Okay. There you go. And how many people actually, think about it. How many people use that? I'm going to say as an excuse, but actually do that during Christmas time. There's times during Christmas where it's like, what? This is the day or the holiday where everyone gets together, even if they're divorced or, maybe things are in trouble, whatever. They get together. So there you go. More proof it's a Christmas movie. And we're just getting started. So he's on the plane. And he's talking to this random guy here. And I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I might get some shit for this, but I just had an epiphany. Okay, so I'm going to refer later on why Bruce Willis is basically Jesus in this movie. But he's talking to this guy, and again, you never see this guy again in the movie. He's just with him in the movie, and he tells him, look, you're stressed out. When you get to the hotel, take your shoes off, okay? And, you'll feel your feet on the carpet, which, by the way, I've done that before. If you do that with shag carpet, it is fucking awesome. It's a beautiful feeling. But we're not here to talk about my ugly feet. We're here to talk about how, Bruce Willis might be Christ. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what if this guy secretly is God? I know, it sounds crazy. I get it. But again, first of all, how often do you see God? Okay? If God's going to fly, I mean, he could. I mean, God, can God fly? I don't know. Like, I never actually read the Bible, but can God fly? I don't know. I just assume he can, right? But you know what? Maybe sometimes he doesn't want to. Maybe sometimes he just wants to, take an airplane with, one of the best people, in this business. Okay? So here's my little philosophy that I just thought of a few minutes ago. So bear with me. What if this guy is secretly God? Okay? And he's talking to Bruce Willis, who is sort of like Jesus in this movie. A little bit. Okay? He's almost dying for, people's sins in this. And, he's, trying to make things right. So this guy's giving him some good advice, right? Who else gives good advice? God. Who's the Son of God? Jesus. What is we usually hear about Jesus? Christmas movie. Boom. That's it. Now, am I overthinking this? Abso-fucking-lutely. Am I crazy? Probably. But really think about it. You don't see this guy again. So just putting that out there. Just putting that out there as a theory. Okay? And think about it. As soon as he saw Bruce Willis with a gun, he's thinking to himself, shit, I mean, you never saw Jesus with a gun, right? So maybe he was a little worried about his, I mean, guns now, in the States, I mean, they're like fucking hamburgers. But, at the same time, again, trying to be more of a wholesome movie, sort of, I guess, because it's the 80s, but it's still got shit because it's violent. But all I'm saying is you never see this guy again. So, there you go. So maybe that's a little comparison. Maybe I'm overthinking it, whatever, what are you going to do? So, he's going through the airport, going through all the agita, which, I mean, it was a lot easier back then, ever since 9/11, again, making the reference there. But, yeah, it was a lot easier going through the airport. So then it shows Holly at the party there with, played by the way, Bonnie Bedelia. Okay, she did a great job, and she's talking to Ellis, who is Hart, or played by Hart Boschner, who is actually Torontonian. All right, so I mean, I personally, I don't think you could have picked a better guy for this role. I mean, he's got kind of a problem. He's well, we'll get into that in a little bit. But again, Bruce Willis is trying to figure out the airport and all that, and yeah, he meets up with good old Argyle. All right, so and he's played by I hope I don't fuck this up. Devor Rio White. Okay. Yeah, he does a great job too. I haven't seen this guy in a lot of things afterwards, but I thought he did a good job. As the limo driver. So and I think about it. When do you spend a couple extra dollars? At Christmas time, right? So why not? Again, making it a Christmas movie, making it classy, doing the whole limo thing. Why not? I thought it was funny that he's got the big teddy bear. The big teddy bear is riding in the back, and he's riding in the front, which you never see anybody do in a limousine, unless you're literally riding shotgun. And he's like, "Hey, you got any Christmas music?" "Yeah, sure." "And what song does he play?" I just noticed this. Run, DMC, Jam Master Jay, rest in peace. Run is actually wearing a Portland Trail Blazers coat. Now, again, what are the main colors, or two of the main three colors in a Portland coat? Red, white. Boom. Christmas song, abso-fucking-lutely. Ladies and gentlemen, before there was Mobb Deep, MOP, and Gangstar, there was the one and only Run DMC. Basically rap's first superstar duo, okay? With Jam Master Jay, of course. And God only knows how much money these guys have made off this song every year. I always say, if you can somehow make a Christmas song, movie, TV show, and it hits, you will make a shit ton of money. Okay, look at Elf. God only knows how much money Will Ferrell and Jon Favreau make off that shit every year. I even heard a thing that Artie Lang. Now, if you don't know who Artie Lang is, you better listen to my podcast, because I did a podcast about him. But he was the guy that played Santa Claus in the movie Elf. How long is he in the movie for? Maybe a minute, but it has one of the funniest scenes in the movie. I think he said every year he gets a paycheck for something like $30,000, $40,000 every year for doing nothing, just because he was in that movie, in a hit movie. There you go. So once again, another great reason to consider it a Christmas movie, the movie Die Hard, because you will make a shit ton of money every single year. Now, currently the video has 18 million views on YouTube. I'm surprised it's not more, but ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can get those numbers up to 100 million by the time 2030 hits. Moving on. So, riding in the limousine, Bruce Willis isn't that happy with the song. He should be. He should be, because it's pretty awesome. But, he's signing in there, and of course he's not used to this new technology that we call a, what's it called, a computer, typing in your name there, whatever. And as soon as he goes in there, he sees all these people, he's chilling, and then somebody comes up to him, and actually kisses him on the cheek and says, "Merry Christmas," Fucking LA. But he's not used to this. He's not used to people being friendly. When are people more than likely, on what holiday are they more likely to be more friendly than ever? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Christmas time. Okay? Moving on. So, he finally sees Holly. What's going on? How are you? Things. Oh, I can't believe you came. Da, 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 da. Oh, you're wearing, the tank top there. There you go. That's basically a staple for, what Bruce Willis wears in the franchise. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, what color is most tank tops? Okay, I'm Italian. This one just, is a no-brainer for me. But 99.9% of the time, it's the color white. What do you associate white with? Snow. Where do you find snow? Christmas. Boom. That's it. So now we see the one computer guy here, doing his little thing there. Theo, who's part of the bad guys, trying to take over, the whole building there, because they want to steal some bonds or whatever. People think they're terrorists. Who said that we're terrorists? The accent will get better later, trust me. So this actor is played by Clarence Gilliard Jr. This guy does a great job. Again, look at his attire, ladies and gentlemen. It looks extremely, Christmassy. He's got a white sweater on, a white ugly sweater. And back in the day, when you wore a white ugly sweater, you were known as a nerd. Okay. Nowadays, it's a cool thing to do. You go online, everyone's doing their own little fucking thing, putting their own logos on the sweater. Now, ugly sweaters are in. Again, what's the color of the sweater? White. Christmas, boom, that's it. So, okay, they're slowly taking over. Now, with every good Christmas story, you need a Grinch. You need a bad guy. Who plays one of the best bad guys of all time in movies? Mr. Alan Rickman, rest in peace, plays Han Gruber. Okay, this fucking guy, I love this man. I know a lot of you fucking nerds out there, still wearing your ugly sweaters, and you know him for Harry Potter. I know him for 2 fucking movies, okay? This one and Dogma, and he kicked ass in both of them, okay? Shout out to Kevin Smith for casting him. By the way, he wanted to do that role. A lot of people think, oh, how'd you get him to do this role? He fucking was dying to work with Kevin Smith, all right? Maybe not dying, but yeah, I'm exaggerating that. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Rickman was a hell of an actor, fucking awesome. Rest in peace to him again. He plays one of the best bad guys in movie history, not just action. I mean, maybe in action, you could debate that, okay? If you want to compare him to other Bond villains, we'll see about that. But you know what? I think you might have to put him at number 1, okay? I mean, this movie kicks ass. We all know that. So, of course, Bruce Willis tries out that theory with the foot whatever thing, and he's like, all right, it feels pretty good. And then he realizes shit's going down, the electricity's out, whatever. And the whole movie, ladies and gentlemen, here he is barefoot. Again, who else in history was known for, okay, sometimes he wore sandals, if it was like, maybe he had to walk on some, pebbles, the odd, street there or whatever. But for the most part, when we have that image of Jesus on the cross, do you remember him wearing shoes? I don't. I remember him barefoot. There you go. So, is this a symbolism? Some kind of sign that, again, this is, referring to, Bruce Willis maybe being Jesus and actually, willing to die for our sins and actually, helping all these people out? I think so. It's, again, would he have preferred to wear shoes? Absolutely, but he didn't have time. He had to think quick, okay? Jesus had to think quick, so did Bruce. So, these guys are figuring out, okay, what are we going to do here? We got all these sausages, we got to do our thing here, And, of course, Bruce is slowly taking each one of these fuckers out, and I don't know. Like, again, I'm not going to say these guys are like elves. I mean, they're way fucking bigger. Way bigger. way, way, way bigger. So, you know, I'm sure that was done on purpose because Bruce, you know, I mean, Bruce is not the smallest guy, but he's not the biggest either, you know, but it looks better if, you know, it's kind of like, you know, a David versus Goliath kind of thing when he's like fighting these dudes, you know. But these guys, I don't know, maybe they're big versions of elves. I don't know. You know, I mean, they're not wearing the suits, but even still. And then, of course, he's, you know, calling it in. They don't believe him. Listen, a lot of people didn't believe in Jesus either. So then you see one of my favorite scenes, just because I'm a fat guy and I miss the way Twinkies used to taste. Think right. If you have a Twinkie from 1988, give me a call. Or I don't know why I keep saying 88. I think part 2 came out in 80. I don't know. It's Christmas. Almost. No, it's not. It's still November here. But the point is, yeah, Twinkies tasted way better back in the day. So that's why I get nostalgic when I watch this. They just do. I don't know. Ask anybody that's around like 40, 50-ish. Trust me. And especially those cheap ones that you would find in a store, you know, where it's just like a pack of them. It was fucking awesome. All right. So just saying. Hostess with the mostest. So here you get to see Reginald Vell Johnson playing Sergeant Al Powell. Okay. But we all know him as Carl Winslow. Okay. He's played a cop in Perfect Strangers, Family Matters, Die Hard, Ghostbusters for about 3 seconds, maybe. Was he a cop in something else? I forgot. But anyways, I'm pretty sure it's one of these things where he should just be an honorary cop. Maybe that they've already presented this idea, but they should. I mean, this guy just kicks ass. He does. And again, you couldn't have picked a better guy for this role. Okay? So, of course, he's just trying to buy some Twinkies. He's doing, by the way, I can vouch for this. He's doing the classic fat guy thing when you buy a shit ton of snacks at once and you make up some bullshit, you know, like, oh, yeah, my wife's pregnant, or, yeah, I'm going to, you know, just stock up for the winter, or, you know, that's a classic one that fat guys do, especially in December. But, you know, maybe he does have a pregnant wife at home. Maybe he doesn't. Who cares? He can eat whatever he wants. It doesn't matter. He's kick-ass. So, of course, he gets the phone call. He's got to go in and check this shit out. You know, Bruce is still beating the shit out of these guys. One thing I just noticed, okay, so a lot of parts of this building are being under construction, right? You can tell. And then a lot of times, you know, I can vouch for this because I'm Greek and Italian, and, you know, if there's one thing I know is construction. Yeah, you know, I've always said Greeks get the job done, but we take a lot of shortcuts. Italians get the job done, but we take a lot of smoke breaks. But we're going to get into the smoking in a bit here. But the point is, he's going through this building, and there's a lot of like white spots. You know how you do plaster and you do like the little spots here and there? What does that almost remind you of? And there's one scene where he's just going through the little part here. He's got the gun. And it almost looks like snowflakes. Again, where do you see snowflakes, ladies and gentlemen, during winter? What is winter known for? Christmas. Again. It's like these little subtle things I'm just picking up on. You know, like even a lot of the inside of the building is white. It's almost like he's in this winter fortress and he's got to fight his way out of there. The statue of, I believe, Gishnu. I can't really, I think it's Gishnu, isn't it? No, I'm not sure. But either way, listen, a lot of the things are white. The chairs are white. The statues are white. Again, it's a lot of representation on, you know, Christmas. The theme of white, the theme of cold, the theme of, you know, fighting through the bitter coldness. I'm from Toronto. I get it, man. You know, and just trying to fight through and, you know, save his wife and all the people. So of course, you know, Carl goes up there. I'm gonna call him Carl. I don't give a fuck. Everyone knows him as Carl Winslow. So goes up there. You know, he sees everything is fine, whatever, and the guy's like, you know, you can go up there, whatever. He's ready to do some shit there. The guys are around the corner there. He's like, fuck this. I'm not doing this. You know. And then all of a sudden, a body falls from the sky, and you know what? You know, but ladies and gentlemen, I don't see a lot of, you know, things falling at Christmas, you know, unless you put something on the tree and then, you know, you wake up the next day and an ornament has fallen on the floor and, you know, you gotta watch your feet, like Marv did in Home Alone. But again, am I overthinking this? He's a white guy and he's falling from the sky. What else is white that falls from the sky? Snow. Again, am I overthinking this? I don't know. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure Jesus had someone from the outside helping him. Okay? And this man, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, what the fuck? Shows up in a half white car, white snow. Again, I know you're getting tired of this, but I don't care. The point is, he's there to help him, and the body lands right on top of the car, and he's like, okay, shit's about to go down. Shit is about to go down. These guys are still going back and forth here, over the microphone, figuring out what's going on. Like, how is this one man doing all this crazy damage? Again, people did not believe in Jesus, ladies and gentlemen, and those people are jerk-offs. But the same thing here. People are not believing Bruce. He's calling in. People think it's a prank call. No shit, lady. What do you think? I'm ordering a pizza? I would. I'd probably get hungry at one point. But the point is, all these people are outside here, figuring out what the fuck is going on here. You got Paul Gleason joining the party here, okay? Playing Dwayne T. Robinson, okay? But we all know him for being the principal who had who almost, for some reason, was taking out all his anger on Bender in The Breakfast Club. And it is the best teen movie of all time. We all know that. Yeah, I said it, okay? I love Superbad. I love Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But The Breakfast Club is the best teen movie of all time, okay? He's also the bad guy in Trading Places. That's right. Rest in peace to him. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to figure this out. We're trying to figure out, I'm just trying to think of it from like the cops' point of view here. Like we got the one guy in there, they don't know it's Bruce Willis. Like they don't know he's gonna save the day eventually, but they got to be patient. They got to figure out what's going on there, and of course, him and Carl are going back and forth here. They don't believe each other. This guy is causing more damage. No, he's helping us. Da 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 da. And then the tank blows up and a whole fucking thing there. And, then you got the guy from Toronto here, Ellis here, who, let's just be honest, he's got a coke problem. He's got a huge coke problem, okay? But then again, it was the mid-'80s. I mean, who didn't have a big coke problem? Nowadays you got to watch out for fentanyl, or so I'm told. I'm just kidding. I do not do coke. I've never done coke in my life. If you look at my weight, it's pretty obvious. But, again, what is the slang term for cocaine? Snow. Where do you see snow? Again, you know where I'm going with this. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, wow, he's got some really, his teeth do not match his addiction. I'm just saying that. Like, again, my shit aren't poorly whites either, but I don't know. Drinking Coca-Cola is not going to help either. It's a lot of unnecessary sugar. I'm sure today would be a diet, but point is, ladies and gentlemen, this guy's trying to take matters in his own hands, which, again, I've hung out with people that do coke. It is never a good idea. Never a good idea. So, of course, they shoot this guy. Everybody watching this movie is happy because I don't know, he's a big Malaka. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, we're still trying to figure this out. How the hell, what's going on here? But then you got that one reporter in the background there, the William Atherton, okay, playing Thornburg, okay? Now, again, I know this guy for 2 movies. Well, technically 3, if you count Die Hard 2, Die Harder, and, of course, Ghostbusters, which, by the way, I just want to tell a little side story here. This poor guy, okay, people got to realize what's the difference between fiction and nonfiction. I heard a story about this guy one time. He went to a bar, like in real life, and people beat the shit out of him because of the character he played on Ghostbusters. I mean, you guys are fucking idiots. It's a fucking movie. I love Ghostbusters too. It's in my top 5. But I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, let the guy just fucking live. I mean, if he's a good actor, don't fault him for it. And then you got James Shigeta, playing Takanaki. It doesn't end well for him. Alexander Godunov, who plays basically the main scary guy. I mean, he's pissed off once his brother dies. I mean, like, nobody wants to remember their brother, in fucking sweater, saying, now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho. Or as Gruber says it, ho, ho, ho. Exactly. By the way, if you ever have the chance, go on YouTube and put in Leon's ho, ho, hold the payment. And look at the earlier ones. Trust me, you will laugh your ass off. Are some of them borderline racist? Absolutely. Would never air in this day and age. But fuck it, I still find them funny. Other people you got in this movie: Bruno Duyan, Andreas Wisniewski, Joseph Pliwa, Lorenzo Cacia Lanzia. I don't think I've gotten any of these names right. Gerard Bond, Dennis Hayden, Al Leong, which they actually made a movie based on, because this guy always shows up in like every fucking movie, and they made a mini documentary about his just being that guy in every movie. I haven't seen it, I can't find it, but if you can, hook a brother up. But yeah, so again, we're still trying to. I'm just trying to give props to everybody here. It's a great movie. Okay, we all know that. But again, we're all trying to figure this out, and then I think the FBI finally gets in there, and we're like, hey, you know what? Let's just end this already. Let's just try to figure this out and give everybody a very Merry Christmas. And of course, they go about it the wrong way, and I mean that's not the Christmas spirit. You don't do that. I mean, what Robert Davey, you're awesome. I love you. I never knew this. His name in the movie, I shit you not. You can see this on IMDb, by the way. His name in the movie is Big Johnson. I swear to fucking God, you can look. Wow, I never knew that. Holy shit, that is fucking awesome. And that's pretty ironic because he was in Showgirls too. So at one point, Bruce Willis is just basically killing off all these motherfuckers. Again, I'm going through this movie really quickly. Maybe I'll do a big Die Hard review, whatever. But the point is, I'm just trying to tell you how much of a Christmas movie this really is. At one point he has to walk on glass. It's almost like a metaphor for what Jesus had to do. Yeah, I said it. The point is, he's killing all these guys. It's all pretty much done here. He bleeds a lot of red. What's red? Christmas. Boom. And, it gets to a point where they're like, okay, you know what? Hans is gonna find this fucker himself because he's very impatient, And then of course, Bruce offers him a cigarette that he stole from the one guy there, which by the way is very. You know what? I just thought of that. This is a very nice and almost Christmas miracle. If you listen, ask anybody that smokes. You got 2 cigarettes left, okay? One of them is for you, obviously, and he gives his other last one to somebody he doesn't even fucking know. Okay? It's not like he fucked a broad in bed and, okay, here, take my last cigarette. Don't worry, we'll get more later. I mean, he doesn't even know this guy. So if that's not in the Christmas spirit of giving away your last white cigarette, by the way, I don't know what is. So, he finds out it's not him. Then he runs off, whatever. Then he finally, faces off against, Gunther here. And, of course, Bruce is victorious. He ends up on top of the roof here. He's trying to save all the people. And again, it's very like, he's on top of the world. Who else is above us all, in the clouds and, refers to Christmas again. Again, guys, I can't make this up. It's right there. It's right there in the history books. Okay? Or the Bible. I never read the Bible either. Actually, funny story. I was given I went to a public school and they had a meeting in the library and they gave us a Bible in grade 5. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again. They gave us a Bible in public school. Times have changed. So on top of the roof, he's got to go down there quickly. Doesn't feel like taking the stairs. So he takes the hose here, which again is white, a long white thing there. Pause. I'm just saying, a lot of like references to white. Okay, white. Every time I think of white, I think of Christmas. I'm just being honest with you. So a lot of is it a coincidence? I don't know. Same thing with the fire truck. It's red, Christmas. I'm sure the nozzle on here is red too, so there you go. Yeah, so he goes through the window, he's got to do what he's got to do, right? And then, listen, at the end of this, it is just crazy. It is absolutely crazy, okay? The limo driver kills the other black guy. I don't know. I'm sure black people weren't happy with that. Well, he doesn't kill him. He punches him, but I don't know. You assume it was a good punch, whatever. But also, the van is white and red. Look at that. Look at that. See, guys, again, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. So, at this point at the movie, okay, it's a final standoff, okay, between Hans Gruber and Mr. Bruce Willis here, okay? Right? At this point, Bruce Willis is all, bruised up. The white has turned red. But again, the two main colors of Christmas. There you go. And someone made a mention of this online too, is that when Bruce Willis has the gun in the back, like in his back, and he pulls it out, it is actually taped with wrapping paper, okay? Christmas wrapping paper. So there you go, right to the end, ladies and gentlemen. It's Christmassy, this movie, okay? And then when Hans Gruber, bounces out the window there, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And, it didn't tell him, by the way, this is a little side note there. They didn't tell him, like they said there, obviously it's green screen, whatever, he didn't actually die. But when they let him go, they said they were going to let him go on 3. They let him go on 2 because they wanted the reaction. So when you see his reaction on his face, that's genuine. Like they had no idea they were going to go 1, 2, so there you go. And yeah, it's, that's it. But then finally, Bruce, sees, he rescues his wife. He sees Carl at the end there. He kills the blonde guy again because that's just, that's just classic 80s. The bad guy's never dead, and it's going to happen. It could be a sequel. He could come back again, for the second one. He didn't. But the point is, it wraps up the story so well. And, even, the limo driver here, like even says, or Argyle, he says, if this is what you got planned for, Christmas Eve or Christmas, I can't wait to see what you got for New Year's. So there you go. Even the last few lines there, last line, he's referencing Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's violent at times. This movie, I'll give you that. It's action packed and a little suspenseful and all that, but it's got a good heart at the end of it all, And he gets to spend Christmas with his wife and his new buddy there, and the limo driver. I don't know. He had to wait there for a while, so I just assumed he was like hotboxing the shit. But the point is, everybody's happy, everyone's good, everyone, he saves the day, and ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people lose faith in life, and like who saves the day, a lot of the times, who do people pray for? Jesus. Yep. Or Santa Claus, maybe around Christmas time, or maybe both. It's up to you. It depends, what your mood is. But, yeah, there you go. So, and then even the last song of the movie is...
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are dim way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Again, do I have to say anything? It ends with a Christmas song. There you go, Frankie baby, Frank Sinatra. I got a picture of him on my wall. Why? Because I'm Italian and I can do whatever the fuck I want. The point is, okay, it even ends with it being Christmassy. Is Christmassy a word? I don't know. But it's like the final period on the Christmas movie. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what people say. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And it's one of the best, if not the best Christmas movie of all time. Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Is it a Christmas movie? Sorta, yeah. It's sorta, again, it takes place at Christmas. And yeah, I would also consider it a Christmas movie. Why? Because it's got the same fucking song.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm.
Same song. Same song. Frankie, baby, we miss you. Rest in peace. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Is that a Christmas movie? No. But does it kick fucking ass? Absolutely. Could a Die Hard had the potential to be one of the best trilogies of all time? Absolutely. But a good time to Die Hard, or good, you know what? I don't even know the title of the fourth one. I don't care. It was okay. Let's just say that. Yeah. Now, did you just hear that emergency ambulance there? Exactly. You know why? Because when Die Hard 4 happened, we're in fucking trouble. The point is, no, I live close to a hospital. Whatever. I don't know. You guys can connect the dots there. The point is, yeah, it was okay. You know, it was no Die Hard movie should be rated PG-13. You know, that's you know, whatever. Remember the scene in The Office? Michael Scott was like, he's jumping with motorcycles, and that's not what Die Hard is. He's right, you know. And now they're gonna make an Office without him. Holy fuck, another disaster. The point is, yeah, it's not a Christmas movie either. Die Hard 5, or whatever the fuck it's called. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even consider that a movie. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. You know, and that pretty much, you know, was the nail in the coffin there for the franchise. Now, there were talks before, you know, Bruce Willis, you know, retired there. They were going to make another one, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, yeah. Oh, God. I literally just thought of this right now. Like, what are the, I mean, there's no way they have the balls to, like, you know, let's say 10 years from now, like remake or reboot or, you know, whatever the fuck, make another Die Hard without Bruce Willis, right? I mean, they wouldn't have the balls to do that, right? I mean, like, there's no way. It's, you know, I mean, it's bad enough they're remaking Roadhouse, but, you know, there's no way, right? I mean, you know, all I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, is that I enjoy watching this movie every single year and at Christmas time. And do you know why? Because, in my opinion, and I like to think my opinion means a lot, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Another orphan of a bankrupt culture. This is John Wayne, Rambo, Marshall Dillon.
It was always kind of partial to Roy Rogers, actually. I really like those sequin shirts.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.